Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis updated commodities. We'll work our way through dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it together. And if you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com where I dive deeper into all this stuff, looking for investment opportunities and sharing it with everyone in the community. Special is the coupon code that is still active if you'd like to join, and it can be applied to both the monthly and yearly membership. Let's dive in, guys, see what's going on, starting with the dollar. And the dollar, pretty big reversal candlestick today here. So we were coming on up, and we've got a good reversal where this could head lower in the short term. We're also seeing a reversal in yields. So the dollar and yields declining today, with the dollar down about 0.5%. 2-year yields down 1.18, and this, to me, looks like they're in there playing with yields. They're in there buying bonds or something. Something's going on. This is a nice, good bullish formation pattern that generally breaks upward. I'm sure they know and have technical analysis guys on their team. This is a reversal candlestick today, and we'll see if there's follow-through on this bearish engulfing pattern today. We're seeing that also on the 10-year, and of course, this is all occurring around the 4.5% area that Besant is defending. So that is another bearish engulfing that showed up with a bearish piercing here, where we could see yields pull back in the short term. The 30-year yield also pulling back with the bearish engulfing, and we could start to see this pull back. Now, if they're in there doing that, they have to keep the pedal to the metal here, because the market, we won't see follow through if this market wants to go back up. I find it very difficult to imagine that countries around the world are running into 10-year and 30-year bonds. So I do think it's probably Besant and Jay Pow probably in there touching their magic bond wand. TLT bond prices are moving up today. Again, we're still in a big downtrend if you look at it from the bigger picture view. But we have gotten a little bit of buying pressure here recently at the 4.5% yield mark on the 10-year yield. 2 and 10, we've got a little bit of yield curve uninversion, but we've been mainly tracking sideways. We have to uninvert, so if we are in a recession, we'd see this uninvert. The thing is, we have a falling wedge. We've gotten some support recently, and it looks like it might try to work its way on up, and we'll see which direction we break here, either up or down. I don't know. We don't have a clear break yet. The recession, people, it's going to break down. The inflation's higher for longer and nothing's going to stop this train. Then we'll probably see it go up. And I don't know which one. I honestly don't know which direction here. I don't have an opinion. If I were to make a big guess, I think the nothing stops higher and this going up is a possibility. TYX TNX ratio, it is slightly higher today. And again, if this continues higher, it's a huge tailwind behind gold. So we've got a weaker dollar, weaker yields, the yield curve's uninverting a little bit, and this is moving on up. That's all tailwinds behind gold. So gold is up 45, 46 bucks an ounce. We're still in this flag pattern, and this still looks good to go higher. We just got to break out of the flag pattern. It's a downward facing flag, and those generally break to the upside. Silver up 0.9%, and I still think that looks good to go higher. Think of this as flag patterns that have formed. So those all look good. Platinum's also up a little bit. We've got a little bit of sideways action here, but not a ton of selling pressure. Makes me think that it's a flag pattern that we will eventually break higher with. So that looks good. Palladium also up $5 an ounce. We had a little bit of a pullback here over the past week or so. And we'll see if we can get some footing here at this support area. XAU to gold ratio down a little bit with the gold and silver mining companies selling off in comparison to gold itself. Again, gold and silver mining companies are at a cheap location with a big runway ahead of it if they were to outperform. GDX down slightly, not a lot of selling pressure, still looks good. GDXJ, same thing. And SILJ. SILJ's got a little bit more of a reversal candlestick today than the other ones, but we'll see if there's follow through. Crude oil down 1.5%. Crude oil and interest rates are tied together. I do think that dissent and Trump that want the 10-year yield down, the sacrificial lamb is crude oil. Crude oil, what's going to help crude oil is the inventory levels declining and the production pulling back. So yes, it will find an area probably right where it's at, where it will bottom. And then we have to see what yields do. Generally, yields and oil go up together. And I think they know that. So if you look at the 3-3-3 plan that they have, 3 million barrels of production in America, I highly doubt that's going to happen. 3% interest rates, and I think it was like 3% deficit to GDP or something like that. The reason they have oil in there is they need to increase oil to try to get oil prices down, which will yank down interest rates. But I don't know how successful they'll be here. This is a bullish formation. It's a bullish flag pattern to go higher at this time. We got TTF gas down 4.5%, a little bit of selling pressure there and some good follow through. We might bounce around a little bit over here, but still above the falling wedge. Natural gas in America down 1%. It's below resistance of this downward sloping trend line that we're trying to break out of, which we haven't yet. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, it's up 0.5% with crude oil and natural gas being down. This still looks good. Where we've got a declining, we could call this a flag pattern with a downward slope, which is still bullish, in my opinion, coming from a consolidation. We'll see if we break higher, but people are buying oil equities before crude oil is moving. We also have OIH, which is up 1.11%, which is the energy service group, and we are holding above support. We'll see if that will hold. Newcastle coal futures are down 2.2, and we're doing a return move back to support. Pretty normal to do that, but it still looks bullish to try to work its way on up over time, and I'll leave that in there. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, we're up against resistance. I said maybe we might pause underneath it. That's exactly what we're doing. We could create some sort of loop or just trade sideways, and eventually we will bust on through. Be patient here. Don't get impatient. Just let it go. We're in a bigger pattern, this big flag pattern, which is a bullish formation to continuation pattern to move higher. We're just underneath a little bit of resistance. Uranium futures pricing is flagging out. We're just dropping sideways. Let it go. It looks good to go higher. URA down 1.88, and again, it's up against resistance. You can see a little bit of a wick developing there. I'm not afraid of this, guys. I'd hold. This thing looks good to go higher. Now, does that mean that it will do it immediately? No, we could loop back around. We could trade sideways on top of it. I don't know what it will look like. All I can say is we're up against resistance. Just be patient. It'll come. URNM also down 3.32%. A little bit of stronger selling pressure. That is a bearish engulfing, which could trade sideways or slightly lower over time. And URNJ has the same kind of setup going on. We do have support going across here at multiple levels. This whole area under here is a bunch of support. So we'll see if we come on back into that support and what happens. Nickel selling off a teeny bit. We're still trying to find our footing here that we haven't found yet. There's no bullish reversal candlesticks or anything like that. It's just chopping sideways. Copper down very slightly. Not much selling pressure today. This looks good to go higher. We're sitting on top of support. So that is a bullish formation. And we're starting to squeeze. The opening and closing prices are squeezing down which means your buyers are equaling your sellers, and we could potentially see a reversal here soon. COPX is up 0.66%. We're seeing positioning in copper equities, and we could see a breakout here at any time. Not a lot of selling pressure right underneath strong resistance. Lithium up a little bit, and again, not a lot of selling pressure in here. I'm a bull in it. I think it's going to go higher, and I think this is just a flag pattern or some sort of falling wedge, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter what it is. It's a downward-facing, small selling pressure move. REMX also trying to find support here. We've got iron ore down 2.33. Now this is probably on contracts rolling over, so sometimes it jumps up and down. So, but anyway, we are in this and squeezing into this pattern for iron ore. Aluminum down 0.6%. We've got an inverted flag pattern. This still could head lower. Baltic Dry Index still squeezing in its pattern here. There it is. We usually get 3 humps. So still squeezing in a falling wedge. Emerging markets, we had a weaker dollar. We're up 0.37%. Again, I think this looks fantastic. There's nothing worrisome here. It's just a flag pattern that's running sideways. That's a bullish formation. Move continuing a little bit higher, 0.11%. Again, I think this is in a good location to move higher. This is a fantastic opportunity in that circle to be looking. KRE up 0.86. We're still in this big shoulder head shoulder deal. I think it looks good. I can move this if you guys want to see more of the trading here. And this is trading almost identical to oil. Almost identical to oil. So that still looks good. XHB up 0.72%. And again, we're above. We've broken out of the downtrend. We're coming into a little bit of resistance, and it almost looks like a shoulder head, kind of like shoulder going on. Russell 2000 doing the same thing, right up against resistance, trying to break to the upside. Not a lot of selling pressure. Looks good. The S&P 500, again, we're up 0.4%. Still looks good. Not a lot of selling pressure. NASDAQ, again, looks good. We're up 0.4%. We had, it's a little bit of a reversal candlestick, but we're up against resistance. It doesn't look bad. SMCI down 2%. We're still in this big flag pattern or pennant formation that is forming. We've got NVIDIA up 3.24%. We lost a little bit of momentum as it gapped higher in the morning. Looks like it released earnings. It looks like they beat earnings, 0.81 versus the estimate of 0.737. And it gapped up and sold off throughout the day. There's your gap up, and then it sold off throughout the day. Bitcoin down 1.3%. We're at support, and we'll see if support holds here. Ethereum also down 1%. Not a ton of selling pressure. Still looks good to go higher until we see some stronger selling pressure. MicroStrategy up a little bit, but again, momentum is starting to build to the downside here, and that hasn't reversed yet. We've got the VIX down 0.57. It's still holding steady for the volatility S&P 500 index, just holding steady, which is good. You don't want to see this spike upward, indicating a potential sell-off in the markets. We're also seeing pretty strong across the board currency exchange rates that are positive for a commodity bull market and for the Canadian TSX and stuff to outperform if this breaks higher. This is the African Rand squeezing, and that looks good to break higher, which means that you're going to see African countries with you'll see South Africa go up, put it that way. Money flows are going to move out of the dollar and towards these other areas. Brazilian real is up 0.4%. And again, we're starting to work our way on up. We've got Australian dollar. That's still squeezing to this corner. We haven't broken out yet, but it is working its way on up slowly. And then the British pound versus the dollar is already broken out, and it's working its way higher already. So that looks pretty good. Got a little bit of resistance coming through here that we need to break out of. If we break out of that, we could see a big move perhaps the dollar down and British pound will be going up against a declining dollar. So we still have all that going on. So that's what I've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. Use specialist coupon code if you like. We've got a 5 p.m. Mountain Time Sunday question and answer session, and some guys have already sent in their questions. So already kind of queuing up some questions that people want me to answer. That's all I've got. We'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.